Alright, so there are 3 examples in this video to review what we talked about combining like terms and simplifying expressions. So remember, we want to look at an expression and see if we can use any of our properties to combine like terms in order to simplify the expression. So like terms have to have the same variable with the same exponent if there's an exponent, and then all constants are always like terms. So if I'm looking, I see 4f and I see 11f. So those have the same variable, and that means that they are like terms. I don't have any other like terms because this is a 7q and that is an 8g. So I can use the commutative property because this is all addition to rearrange my 4 terms so that I can put the 4f and 11f together so that I can combine them. So we talked about in class that you can factor out the f, and that would leave you with just the 4 and the 11 so that we can find the sum. So 4 plus 11 would give me 15, and that would be 15 times f plus 7q plus 8g. We also talked about that if you just look at this 4f and 11f, that you can add their coefficients because they are like terms. So either way is fine to think about it, that's 2 options. So then if we look, we have 15f plus 7q plus 8g, and we cannot do anything else to this expression to simplify it any further. So that would be our final simplified expression. We can't apply any other properties or combine any like terms. Okay, next up we have 22c plus 4, and then inside the parentheses 2 plus 4c. So the first thing that I want to do is look to those parentheses, because if I'm thinking order of operations, that would be the first thing that I would want to do. Well, normally we would add what's inside the parentheses here, but we can't add 2 plus 4c because they are not like terms. So we can apply the distributive property here in order to get rid of our parentheses. So then we keep the 22c, we would multiply 4 times 2, which would give me 8, and 4 times 4c, which would give me 16c. So then I want to look at my terms and see if I can combine anything. We have a 22c and a 16c. So those can be combined, and we can again rewrite using our commutative property of addition so that we put our like terms together. We also talked about that as you get more comfortable, you may not need that step of rewriting them, but for right now, since we're just starting out, it does help to write your like terms together so that you can keep straight what you're trying to work out. So we would add 22c plus 16c. We would end up with 38c plus 8. 38c and 8 are not like terms, and so we would leave this as our simplified expression. All right, in our third example, we see brackets, and then we also have parentheses within those brackets. So we would start with our brackets with order of operations and with these parentheses of a minus 3. But a and 3 are not like terms, so we cannot subtract a minus 3. So since we can't subtract 3 from a, but we can apply that distributive property to say 2 times a, which would give me 2a, keep our subtraction, and 2 times 3 would give me 6. So then that will get rid of those parentheses and leave me with just the brackets. So now within my parentheses, I would want to see, do I have any like, or in my brackets, do I have any like terms? So we have a 7 and a 6. So we could say 7 minus 6. So again, we can rewrite this using our commutative property of addition. And complete our operation of 7 minus 6. 7 minus 6 is 1 plus 2a. Now, 1 and 2a are not like terms, so we cannot combine them here, but we can again distribute, because distributive property applies to any type of grouping symbol, so parentheses, brackets, braces. So we can multiply 5 times 1, which would give us 5, plus 5 times 2a. So 5 times 2 would give me 10a. So we would have 5 plus 10a. We also talked about that commutative property of addition, that if you didn't reorder the same things the same way that I did, you may end up with 10a plus 5 for your final answer, and that's also an equivalent expression. That's another example of that commutative property of addition.